bikini contest at Hooters.
Maybe not.
Which, you know, I gotta be honest. Well, I won't say anything. But, you know, I have several colorful metaphors that could go into that, but I'll keep them to myself.
It's going to be good times. Now, last time I saw you, Corey, was Laserfest, I believe, because you've been a busy guy lately.
Yeah.
The last time I saw you in person was Laserfest, and then just a couple of weeks ago, or maybe, I don't remember how long it's been now, not too long, I watched you online perform at Sonosphere.
Yeah.
With Slipknot. How awesome was that?
It was heavy duty. It was very, very emotional.
I'll bet.
I mean, that whole tour was, but that day in particular, because I mean, it was basically, it was dedicated to Paul.
Yes.
You know, and we had a 2-minute silence at 2 p.m. in a play, and I mean, and this is at a festival that had several different stages, several different kinds of audiences for each stage. Really, I think they clocked it at like 85,000 or something like that. Like there was a lot, just an inordinate amount of people. 2 p.m. you could have heard a pin drop, and it was the thickest, loudest silence I have ever heard in my life. And me and Clown and some of the other guys were on the side of the stage during it, and we had put Paul's mask and his coveralls out in the middle of the stage with his bass.
Yep.
And we could feel it, and we started bawling like it was heavy duty, you know. And as soon as the 2 minutes were up, it was the loudest like roar I've heard in years, and I was just like, yeah, like I started shaking, and then I couldn't wait for the show, and then the show was fantastic. You know, I mean, it was the same amount of emotion that we felt when we first headlined Download, and I mean, I couldn't have been prouder.
It was a great show. You mentioned the fact that a lot of this, the whole Sonosphere essentially was dedicated to Paul, who we all miss very, very much.
Very much.
And, you know, to get somebody like Donnie Steele involved, who was in Slipknot many years ago, and allow him to do Paul's parts on the bass and then bring him out at the very end like you did, I thought was very awesome.
Yeah, he, I can't say enough good things about Donnie, you know. I mean, at first he was a little hesitant about doing it, period.
Sure.
But, you know, I mean, he really understood like the spirit of why, you know, we were doing it, you know, and he was like, look, I don't want, you know, I don't want a lot of attention. I'm doing this for Paulie. This is my way of paying tribute to Paul. And, and we didn't tell him that we were going to do that, you know, at the end of the show and the end of the tour, essentially. And we brought him out, and he was just like, I mean, you could just see it. Like, we were all feeling it, and it was really, really good.
Absolutely. You have some other shows lined up this fall with Slipknot, do you not?
No.
None?
No. Well, one.
So.
Rock in Rio. In Rio, yeah. For some reason, I was like, do I? Oh, yeah. And I've got shows with both bands at Rock in Rio, because Stone Sour plays the first day, and then Slipknot plays the second day, so... You know, why don't you just hit me in the face with a baseball bat, you know, at the end of the day?
As though you aren't going to have extreme arthritis after all the signing you've done and you're going to be doing. Yeah.
I'm going to need my own special little leather-studded cast, you know, and just walk around and be like, yeah, I got a heavy metal arm. It's, I don't know what to do.
Speaking of Stone Sour, how's Roy doing?
Roy's doing great, actually. Just talked to him. I just saw him actually out in LA because I was out there doing book press and whatnot. I was on That Metal Show, which was awesome.
That's cool.
I was on That Metal Show, by the way, with Jack Blades and Brad Willis from Night Ranger.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just looked at it. I just started singing Don't Tell Me You Love Me at the top of my lungs. But I got a chance to have dinner with Roy and his wife Cassie, and you know they're expecting their first child in September. Actually, their due date is the day we play Rio, so we're praying that it comes early. And it's a girl, so they're notorious for coming early. Sure. So we'll see what happens, you know. But we're all kind of like, But Roy's doing great. He is about 99% there. Like, good. I mean, I couldn't even tell. And I was just like, whoa. And I just grabbed him, gave him a big old bear hug, and he's doing great. He says to say hi.
Good.
And yeah, we're really looking forward to doing this show.
It was great having you guys at Laserfest. A great headlining set from you, and we talked about this prior to Laserfest, but it was like coming full circle with Stone Sour.
Yeah.
Having played our very first Laserfest in 2002, and you guys were pretty brand new at that point, although we'd been playing Bother like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, and you remember the kids moshing to Bother.
Yes.
I was like, you're seriously, there's a mosh pit during this song? What the hell is wrong with you?
Welcome to Des Moines.
Welcome to Iowa.
Absolutely.
You know? Craziest people on the planet.
All right, so again, the book is 7 Deadly Sins, Settling the Argument Between Born Bad and Damaged Good. It's available pretty much everywhere, right? I mean, you can get it.
In theory, it's selling out all over the place,
That's
man.
awesome.
It's insane. We've had so many, like, it's back ordered at a lot of places, and my publisher's freaking out. They're just like, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't get it either. Like, really? All right, sweet. There's no nudes in this. I don't know why people are freaking out like this.
They've seen all those anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey. And if there's no picture about them talking about it in there, which is just gross.
A New York Times bestseller.
Yeah. Went from number 26 to number 21 this week.
Does that just blow your mind?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it or not. Like, it's really, really weird. I'm stoked. I didn't expect this. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like, I'm so jazzed about it because I didn't expect this. I expected, the hardcore fans to pick it up, and be like, oh, it's, pretty cool. But I did not expect this at all. It's really, really cool.
Especially since you've really put yourself out there.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody, all the fans really enjoy it. Like, they're like, I can't put this down. It made me think. It made me laugh. Like, I just want to hug you, and I'm just like, whoa, it's really cool.
That is. Barnes & Noble in Clive on University is where you can find Corey tonight, starting at 7 o'clock, signing copies of his book, 7 Deadly Sins. How much is it going to cost me to get a copy of the demo tracks you did with Velvet Revolver that will never see the light of day? Because we now know the story.
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't bear repeating, but basically it's not going to come out.
Didn't happen, yeah. It was, it was one of those cool things that, just having the opportunity to do was cool,
sure.
And I know a lot of people would probably be like, whatever. But it's true, man. I got to jam with Slash and Duff and, Kuchner, his whole family is from here. Which is awesome.
It's true.
Yep. And Sorum, who I jammed with before with Camp Freddy and everything, but being in a room with those dudes, man, was so awesome. Like, I would get so caught up in the moment. I'd just be like looking over and I'd be like, that's Slash.
Yep.
And he's ripping, man. Like, I mean, he's just like making it look so easy. So I'd look at Duff and go, that's Slash. And then I would catch myself and go, that's Duff McKagan. Such a fanboy, dude. It was cool. For whatever reason, it just wasn't going to work out.
Yep.
And, I think it's because the guys are kind of doing their own thing right now, and I'm just stoked that I got to work with them, and I still, I talk to Duff like every other day, and we wrote some cool tunes together, so we're going to continue to do that. Just see what happens, man.
That's cool. I remember when you guys played together at Laserfest in 2009 when you were doing the Junk Beer Kidnap band, and he was in town with Loaded.
Yeah.
And I remember doing the interview with Duff, and one of the things he said about you was he's my favorite frontman.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I mean, talk about a compliment.
I mean, that's wow. It's so weird. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, if that's not a ringing enough endorsement, I don't know what is. Really.
I know that pretty much says it all right there.
I mean, of course, I haven't been asked to judge any bikini contests at Hooters.
Well,
I mean, come on.
Some of us have it really good here.
Some
in Des Moines.
of us really, really like Hooters.
Yes, we do.
I don't know who that is. But
Corey's more of an ass man.
I really, more of a Joe's Crab Shack kind of guy.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much for taking some time.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We love having you here in the studio, and you're welcome back.
Well,
anytime.
I mean, technically I'm supposed to say, I had a great time, but you know how I feel.
Checks in the mail, Corey.
Absolutely, you're welcome.